What's up? It's Jen Brown. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got the first of a few kind of mini room makeovers that I'm going to be doing throughout my house. So recently we decided to renew our lease on this apartment, and there's just some things that I have kind of left off or let go, some DIY projects and reorganization that I want to do. So I thought I would kind of tackle those in chunks, and I thought it would be fun to kind of bring you all along with me in case it is helpful to you or inspiring to you, or if you just like to watch this kind of stuff like I do. So we're gonna get started with the bedroom, so let's go upstairs and take a look at the before stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the bedroom mostly because I'm the most excited about it. So this is the stuff I wanted to get done first, and it just kind of coincides with like spring cleaning and switching out winter wardrobe and that kind of a thing. So to start with, we've got these like under the bed boxes for storage. There's a little bit more room under there, but there's these like metal bars in the way. So I've got some bed risers that we can stick underneath the wheels so that we can fit another one of these boxes. I'm pointing with my feet. Another one of these boxes on each side. That painting's gonna stay, but this wall, we've got this like big empty-ish wall, and so that painting is actually gonna get moved downstairs, and I'm working on a bigger one that will just fit this wall better. That will probably, I think I'm making a video for that. I think that one will be done by the time this video is up, so if it is, I will link to that video. Then in this corner over here, I'm getting some like shelves, like floating shelves for the corner, just to kind of put a little something over there. I may get a plant or two to stick over there. Over here, I think, is where the most is happening. So that's some clothes from when I went through my winter stuff that I never took to donate anywhere, so I need to do that, and I'll probably be going through my clothes again. This dresser, I want to say, is like almost 25 years old. I switched out its twin a couple of years ago and got this dresser and repainted it. I would love, honestly, to just get a new dresser, but dressers are expensive, especially like big ones like this. This was used and it was like 65 bucks, plus I still had to buy the paint for it. So honestly, it just makes more sense for me right now to just repaint this. So I'm gonna paint it, and I got some new poles to kind of just try to update it a little bit. It's honestly, it's kind of on its last legs, so I'm just trying to make it look nice while I still have it, and then maybe one day when we move out of here, I'll get a new one. Then on top of the dresser, there's like some of my beanies. Come on. There we go. So my beanies and a wig. It's on one of these like, you can't really see it that well, but one of these like old school hat rack things, and it just doesn't hold hats very well. So I've been really into like the crate, like wooden crate furniture that's all over Pinterest. So I got some crates, and I'm gonna build like a tower thing here that has like some baskets in it to hold like hats and scarves and just that kind of stuff, so I can get rid of that hat rack and that one, which used to hang up there, and hopefully use those to like reorganize some stuff in the closet. Oh, I got us some new curtains. These I just made really quickly when we first moved in here out of a sheet I got for like $5. It's so thin, it like doesn't really do anything, and it was my first time making curtains, and so they just don't look very good, so I just got some new curtains for that. Then I just need to figure out like rearranging some artwork. This painting's like a little too small for this wall, so I might either move it over here or just add some to it, but I need to add some more art to our walls. Then I'm gonna find a new place for our beanbag chairs. I love these things, but we don't ever use them in this room. So I'm trying to find another space to store them, and then I've got a little storage bench coming that's gonna like sit underneath this mirror, and I'm gonna be able to store some clothes and stuff in it. Okay, so I am in the kitchen slash wood shop slash art studio, I guess. This is like the biggest, easiest area to clean up, so this is where we kind of do everything that can't be confined to our like art room upstairs. So I have these crates that I just got done kind of sanding a little bit, that I'm gonna be building like a little shelf unit to go on top of my dresser, but I'm gonna modify them a little bit first. Still got some sawdust floating around. So really quickly, I made these like little peg pieces and cut these shelf inserts, and a couple of these I'm gonna put a shelf in because I bought these really cool just like storage cubes, but I want to be able to use the rest of the crate when it's sitting vertically, so I'm building like these little shelves that will allow me to use that space. So I'm going to kind of assemble those tonight because I think tomorrow I want to do the painting, so I want to go ahead and get that stuff set up and ready to go and paint tomorrow. Okay, so here's how they turned out. Obviously, this sticks out a little bit, which I knew that when I bought these, I like tested them to make sure. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I thought about kind of hammering out those back slats so that it would slide in there more, but I don't know, like if I want to use these crates later for something else, I kind of don't want to have that be the deal. So I'm just going to leave it for now, and if I decide I want to do it later, that's cool. I think paint tomorrow. Now it's time to clean up. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. It's not my best carpentry project ever, but it'll do the job. Alright, so we've got the dresser down here. Obviously I'm going to do a better job of putting it on the drop cloth, but I'm going to get this sanded down a little bit. It's a little beat up from all the times I've moved, but just get it sanded a little bit, then get a coat of paint on it and let that dry while I start going outside to spray paint some of the other things today. Coat of paint on. I am gonna do two because it'll just look nicer and kind of clean it up. I do still need to get a small brush to go in all of these little crevices. I was having way too hard a time trying to do that with the big brush, but because this is just like particle board and it has that like fake veneer of wood on top, I did kind of run some sandpaper over the top to try to help it stick a little bit. If this was something I still wanted to keep for a really long time and make it less likely for the paint to kind of chip or peel off, I would have taken this outside and like either use like an electric sander or like sandblast it and really like sand off that whole top surface so that this would really take the paint. But as it is, the other dresser that I redid a couple years ago in the same color, it was kind of a similar situation, so it's been fine. There's a couple places where paint has chipped off, but that's because I have a super heavy antique sewing machine sitting on top of it, and so if I try to move it, sometimes the feet of it like they peeled up a paint spot, but it does fine. So I'm gonna let this dry, go get a small brush to do that, and then while this is drying, I'm gonna take these crates and the drawers for the dresser outside and spray paint those. Okay, so I'm about to do the second coat on the dresser. The drawers turned out really nice. It's showing up a little lighter because of the light in the video, but this purple color for the drawers turned out really nice. I'm about to, no, I can't do this two-handed. While that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put the poles on. These are the poles that I got, but one of the drawers had knobs on it instead, and instead of, I wanted to keep those, instead of drilling a new hole and doing more poles. I kind of like the combination, but instead of buying an entire set of knobs, I actually took the knobs from the dresser. I wanted to show you guys these because it turned out like even better than I was expecting. I just had this like mirror finish metallic paint that I painted these silver, and it's not a perfect match. These are not quite as shiny, but that's alright. It's gonna be like far enough apart from each other that I think it'll be okay. Sweaty. I finally got everything up that I'm drilling into the wall for now. These, I really like how they turned out, but they were such a pain in the butt because I would say they were easy to put up, but I just wasn't paying attention. So I had to redo the mounts a couple of times. I don't think it's super noticeable where there were holes before. But yeah, those are up. Let's see how coordinated I can be. Got a big mess down there. I think I'm going to, I just got some new plants that I wanted to see how they look on these, so I'm gonna put the plants up just to see how they look and then clean all this up and take a break. Okay, so here we are today on probably the day I've been most excited about as part of this. I love a good reorganization project. So there's a couple of things I'm going to show you in a second around the room of kind of what I'm going to do, but basically I am kind of going through my clothes, decluttering, that kind of stuff, seeing if there's anything I want to get rid of, switching out seasonal stuff, because here in Texas it's almost summer already, so I'm not really wearing the sweaters too much anymore, and reorganizing, like with all my new storage stuff kind of all at once. Okay, so this is my new storage bench that I got. It actually originally came in probably a week ago, but one of the corners was damaged, so I had to get a new one. But this lifts up and there's a bunch of space in there that I'm hoping is gonna like create a bunch of space for me. I do want to show you guys just because I got this stuff going a little bit. I got a little too excited and started working on some things last night. So I've got beanies in here, baseball caps in here, then like scarves and winter socks in here. And look at my pretty new plant. I love it so much. I finally got us some plants to put in here. And then I'm not really a bag person, but I've got my like special occasion bags here. And then this is my like spring and summer backpack that I use instead of a purse that will get switched out probably this weekend, honestly. Then this thing, I don't remember if I pointed that out when I was initially going through all the before stuff, but I painted these two white because I just wasn't really into the pattern anymore. So I think that turned out really good. My pretty dresser, that's already some stuff that we're going to be donating. So basically, oh, and I got these. I've started decorating a little bit. We've got our other new plant. My little Minnie Mouse puzzle statue. It's very dark and rainy outside, so it's like the perfect day to do this, but the lighting in here is not great. Okay, so this already looks crazy, especially from this angle. This is mostly, honestly, just the laundry I did, but basically I've got everything kind of sorted into piles for how I'm hoping to reorganize this stuff by drawer. So I'm going to get started by kind of going through all the stuff that's already in my drawers and that kind of a thing, and then if we come over here, this is sort of the state of our closet. So I actually was able to already get rid of a couple small boxes that were up here by putting them in those bins over by the dresser. But these two boxes and then this one are mine, and the rest of this is Nick's stuff. But I am hoping with all the new storage stuff I bought and some handy dandy space bags that I am now obsessed with, to condense that down to one box and then leave the rest of that space up there for Nick if he wants it. We've added this second rack to our closet just for my dresses, and I'm hoping to clear out some space in this rack too for him, just because I definitely dominate the closet space. I also have this like this is like from when my sister went to college, this shoe rack thing that has all my socks. I'm hoping to move that stuff and get rid of it and hang this that used to hold my hats, hang that up in there and put all of like my belts and suspenders and stuff on it, because right now, oh, there's a scarf that needs to go over in those bins. These are all like my suspenders, and then I don't even know if I can get the camera over here. My belts are like tucked behind this door. It's just like a huge pain to get to. So I'm gonna set up so I can roll the time lapse, and I'm gonna start by getting rid of some of this stuff and going through it all. comes the part where I get to put everything back away. I'm pretty proud of myself for the number of things I am gonna donate or sell. Something that, if you're looking for getting rid of your clothes tips, something that I find that helps a lot, because I am somebody who's emotionally attached to clothes, and even if I don't wear something for a while, if I wear it like at all during the year, I will still keep it. So what I like to do is pack all the stuff away that I think I'm gonna donate, like in a trash bag, and then leave it for a couple of weeks, and if I don't miss it or if I completely forget about it, then I know it's a good decision. But that way it kind of like, you're not just immediately chucking things and then maybe something you decide to pull it back out later. So there were a couple things I kind of wasn't really sure on that I ended up keeping, so the rest of it, whew, I'm out of breath from trying stuff on. The rest of it I am gonna just like pack up and let it sit there for a little bit. There's my pretty new bench. Does not go with that mirror at all, but that's okay. Please ignore the other pile of laundry. I'm so proud of how the closet turned out. There's all that empty space up there. This is not all stuff that I got rid of, but I did fold a lot of it. This looks a lot nicer over here. It was funny, I was sitting here putting things away. Probably the most like ironic thing about 2020 is I bought this luggage. We went back to Missouri for Christmas in 2019, and my luggage was like so terrible, and I was like, it's time to get like real luggage. And so I spent forever looking, and I got this really nice suitcase for like $100, and I've never used it because that's the way the world works sometimes. So let's see, other updates. As far as what I'm doing with the room, all that's left is hanging artwork and like decorating the shelves and stuff a little bit. I do think there's a pile of swimsuits under there. I need to measure some of these shelf areas. These are like all my tights. I want to measure this area and this space under here and see if like I can go to the dollar store and find some types of containers, just so that that stuff isn't just like laying out. I would rather it look kind of nice in a container. So that's the plan. Then some decorating, and I still gotta finish that painting and hang some more artwork in here, but the major things are done and it's looking really good, and I'm really excited about it. Alright, so we're at the Dollar Tree. Why am I like reporting live from the Dollar Tree parking lot? I'm at Dollar Tree. I'm gonna look for some baskets like I was talking about, or containers of some sort to kind of go in that crate shelving unit. I will try to film in there a little bit. Since I have my cane in one hand, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do, but I wanted to try to get some clips that are not just time-lapse after time-lapse of me doing things in my room. So I'm going to go there. I think depending on what I find here, I'm probably going to go to Five Below too, just to see what they have, but it is, I guess it's spring break, so college town spring break, I guess things are always going to be busy, but I would have thought in the middle of the day on a Monday that it wouldn't be as nuts around here, but it is. So masks away, let's get, well, not masks away, masks on, but you get it. Okay. Take that off first. Okay, so we're having not great luck. Dollar Tree had nothing. That one is in an area that's like really busy all the time, so it's kind of, even though it's a newer store, I feel like every time I go in there it's kind of empty. Five Below didn't really have anything either. I've noticed a lot, like that used to be my go-to place for like storage bins, but they have a lot less of that stuff lately, and it's more just like throw pillows and holiday stuff. They have like a zillion Easter baskets, and some of them were pretty cute and like didn't necessarily look like they had to be for Easter, but none of them were the size I needed. So I guess I'm gonna try a different Dollar Tree, and if I don't have luck at all there, I don't know. We'll see. We'll go from there. Okay, so no luck in there either. I did, however, find this cute little candle that I thought kind of like goes with our room pretty well. I don't really want to stick this candle in my bag, but I'm afraid it's gonna melt out here. It's very hot and sunny today. Yeah, I really did not want to have to go to the craft stores, but I think Hobby Lobby and Michael's are both having their like spring sales, so I'll probably just pick whichever one's closer and go there. And I don't know if I'll give up after that or not, but we'll find out, I guess. It's finally finished. After a few weeks of doing all of this work and getting everything together and finishing this painting, it's finally all finished, and I'm so happy with it. This photo frame is still blank because I'm going to print out an anniversary photo of us next month and stick that in there, but what am I sitting on? Okay. So it just says Basico right now. So yeah, there's a couple like last minute little tiny things like that that still need to get done, but otherwise it is finished and I'm so happy with it. I've loved spending so much more time in here now. I've realized that I'm kind of hot from like hanging things up, so sorry if I'm breathing kind of hard, but I've realized that I haven't actually spent time designing my bedroom probably since I lived with my parents, and this is the 4th place I've lived since then, so it felt really great to actually try to make this a space that I want to hang out in. So I'm Definitely taking a break before I move on to the other areas of the house, but I'm excited to get going with those too and make videos for those as well. So definitely keep a lookout for those. I really hope you guys liked this one. If you did and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I post on the 1st and the 16th of every month, except this summer. I think I'm going to try to do a bonus video and come out with a third one at some point every month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.